Austin Juma Oduor was shot dead by police on the 23rd of May this year in Siaya town. The 28-year-old was the fourth child of Selina Atieno Juma and husband of Pauline Amundi. They say on that day, Austin had joined other protesters in Siaya in the demonstrations against the IEBC.
Akaniacha na watoto wawili wasichana wadogo sana. But Austin was the breadwinner in my house because with me I'm jobless. Austin ndiye alikuwa ananiletea kila kitu na yeye alikuwa anafundisha watoto. Sasa since he died ni kuna big gap because kuna vile naweza pata chakula, kuna vile naweza fundisha watoto.
Austin left behind a distraught family, which wonders why police had to open fire on unarmed protesters who they say were merely exercising their rights. The family has received 400,000 shillings as compensation, but they say that is not enough to sustain them and can never fill the void left by their son, father and husband. More promises from the state that could have helped their lives improve have not been forthcoming.
And the government promised from his death ataniandika kazi. From that day, sijapata feedback. Wajaniita, waliniambia after the burial wataniita. Sijawahi itwa. So I don't know what they are planning about that. And then walini promise watafundisha watoto. Since that point, wajaniuliza kitu chochote about the kids.
At least 5 people were shot dead by police during the protests against the IEBC in Kisumu and Siaya counties. All of them, the families insist, were unarmed, and some were not even participating in the protests. On the 3rd of August in Bondo, protesters stormed the police station in Bondo town, agitating for the release of 2 women who had been suspected of stealing a baby. The crowd was baying for the blood of the women, but the police would not let them lynch the 2. Instead, they opened fire on the protesters and killed 3 people. Among them was 20-year-old Joseph Odiango, a welder. His mother at first could not believe that her son had been shot dead.
Huyo mtoto alikuwa mpole sana. Tena nilikuwa mpenda huyo mtoto yangu sana. Kwa sababu huyo mtoto yangu alikuwa tangu nilizaliwa yeye alikuwa ana neno hata kidogo. Huyo mtoto alikuwa ana neno hata kule alikuwa nasoma, hakuna mtu alishakuja ati huyu anafanya hivi na hivi. Mpaka ameanza hiyo kazi yake ya welding.
Mary had paid for the son's training to be a welder. Joseph had now learned to make windows and doors and was doing well for himself. She doesn't understand how her son, who she was told had only been shot on the legs, died a couple of hours later in hospital.
Huyo mtoto yangu nilifanyia bidii afanye hiyo welding. Hata sasa niko na vitu za welding nilishanunua. Huyo mtoto afanya aendelea na hiyo nini ya maisha yake. Sasa amepoteza, ameacha hizo vitu. Mimi sina neno hata kidogo kwa sababu hizo maneno ni za Mungu tu.
Kisumu and Siaya recorded some of the highest incidents of police shootings. The leading counties, however, were Nairobi, West Pokot and Vihiga. The total number of people shot dead by police in the country was 122, with August and January being the deadliest months. 33 people were killed by police in August, 21 in January and 20 in July. With a population of 44 million people, Kenya compares badly to some countries in the developed world when it comes to police killings. Compared with England and Wales, for instance, only 2 people were killed by police in the 2 territories in the first 6 months of 2016. While in January, 21 Kenyans were killed by the police, it has taken the English and Welsh police 10 years to kill a similar number. The high number of killings in Kenya have been blamed on quality and duration of police training, lack of adherence to policing guidelines, and the poverty levels among the population. But even with these grim statistics in the country, not all cases of police shootings are accurately recorded, and sometimes the versions given by the security agencies conflict with witness accounts. Of the cases examined by the Nation Newsplex in a period of 20 months, 75 of those killed by police were unarmed, suggesting that the lives of the police or bystanders were not in any danger. In 44 of the cases, it was not known whether the victim was armed or unarmed. One victim, though suspected to be a thug but was unarmed when he was shot, was Vitalis Odhiambo Dongo. His mother, Lillian Ochieng, admits that it was tough for her as single mother, raising a teenager in the tough neighborhood of Shaurimoyo, but doesn't understand why the police had to kill him. Odongo had been watching football in a nearby field when a police officer known in the area as Benteke accosted him and started shooting him.
Akaenda akaingia kwa nyumba dada yake. Akampata kijana ako huko ndani, akapiga mlango, akamtoa. Kumtoa na akamvuruta, akamdanganya tutoka tu, sitakupiga resista kuua, nimeshafanya nini? Nimeshakuweka kelele. Kijana akatoka kimsarenda, kimbebea mkono juu, akamwambia nisamee. Nimefanya nini? Yeye hakutaka kujua, akamtoa na akamshoot na akammalizia hapo, akamuua hapo.
Odongo, 17, had been shot 9 times.
Hiyo ndio kitu inaniuma sana. Juu angemshika na ampeleke ndani badala kumuua kama mnyama hivyo.
Most of the families that have lost their loved ones to police shooting, especially in the informal settlements, have no way of following up the matter or even attempting to get legal redress. They simply cannot afford it. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.